You know, sometimes leadership pops up in, well, unexpected places. And this month, May 2025, we've got this really fascinating mix of royalty, culture, global impact, all happening in Las Vegas, of all places.
It's quite the convergence.
Yeah. So we're going to dig into the upcoming investiture of His Royal Highness Paul Sande Emolot Etomeileng Emorimor Papa Iteso III. He's the king of the Teso Kingdom in Uganda.
And he's being made a Knight of the Royal Maharlika.
Exactly. And like I said, it's happening this month at the 7th WCH Royal Summit, Gold Coast Hotel and Casino, May 27th and 8th.
Right. So our mission here really is to understand, why this knighthood, what's the significance,
Yeah.
and who is King Emorimor Papa Iteso III.
And what does it all tell us about, well, leadership and keeping culture alive on a global stage, especially right now?
Let's start with the king himself. His Royal Highness Emorimor Papa Iteso III. He's the traditional leader, the king of the Teso Kingdom over in Uganda.
And from what we understand, he's deeply committed to preserving the Aiteso culture, the traditions, keeping them, vibrant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just about preservation. He's really active in uniting the Iteso people, driving actual progress.
Progress, like what?
Well, the focus seems to be strongly on things like improving education, boosting healthcare, and pushing for economic development within the kingdom. Real tangible stuff for his people.
So it sounds like he's doing that classic but difficult balancing act, honoring tradition while looking firmly towards the future.
Exactly. We're hearing about plans for investment, for tourism, developing infrastructure. I think there's even a new royal palace mentioned.
Oh, interesting. And he's doing this by working closely with the clan leaders too, right? To sort of strengthen that shared identity.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings us neatly to this knighthood, the Royal Maharlika.
Okay, so what is this knighthood? It sounds quite grand.
It's presented as, well, a really esteemed honor. It recognizes exceptional leadership, a deep commitment to preserving cultural heritage and making a positive impact.
An impact on their own communities and, I guess, the wider world.
Yes. And the knights themselves, they're described with some pretty significant terms. Protectors of the earth, peace builders, change makers.
Wow, protectors of the earth, that's quite a mantle.
It is. Their core principles are listed as love, unity, integrity, and compassion. And there's an oath involved, too.
An oath. What does it say?
It apparently emphasizes things like defending the innocent, upholding justice, and actively striving for peace. So it's serious.
Okay, so connecting the dots here. This knighthood for King Emorimor Papa Iteso III, it seems like a direct recognition of his work, right? His
Yeah.
dedication to the Teso Kingdom, the unity efforts, the development.
And his leadership style, presumably seen as noble and aligning with those Royal Maharlika values we just talked about, love, unity, integrity.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about the setting for this happening this month, the 7th WCH Royal Summit. Who's behind that?
Good question. It's organized by We Care for Humanity, or WCH, the Royal Maharlika itself, and the Sultanate of Maguindanao.
And they're working with the Philippine Honorary Consulate in Las Vegas.
That's right. And a key figure convening it is Maha Putri Mariam Leonor Torres Mastura. She holds significant titles: Queen of the Royal House of Luzon Tagalog, which is also the Royal Maharlika, and Bay Mompong sa Maguindanao.
So quite a coalition involved. What's the overall aim of the summit?
Well, it's framed as a global platform, a place for leaders, humanitarians, innovators to connect, share ideas, and hopefully inspire action
Action towards what?
towards building a world that's more, well, compassionate, just, and sustainable. The big goals.
So this knighting ceremony happening right in the middle of it this month, it's not just a side event, it sounds like a key moment.
Absolutely. It's highlighted as a celebration of the king's contributions, yes,
Yeah.
but also as a way to strengthen ties between these different cultural institutions that are all fundamentally working towards bettering humanity.
His presence there, receiving this honor, really underscores what the summit is about then.
Precisely. It highlights their commitment to recognizing these kinds of exemplary global leaders, people actively championing peace, unity, positive change, especially timely with it happening this month.
Right. So as we look towards this event happening very soon, the main takeaway seems to be that the knighting of King Emorimor, Papa Iteso III, is, well, it's pretty significant. It recognizes his impactful leadership.
And shows how his values align with this broader global network of people trying to make a positive difference.
Which leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? How do events like this summit, this kind of honor, actually help us understand how interconnected we all are?
Yeah, and how leadership looks different across cultures, but can share common goals. Maybe think about the role culture preservation plays today and who these individuals are driving change globally, especially thinking about this specific event happening